Hey there, OCU. Welcome to 15 Minutes Of. I'm Stephen Leahy, and I'll be filling in for Sonia. Today with us, we have Associate Dean Richard Johnson, who will be talking to us about Maymester. So, could you tell us a little bit about what Maymester is?
Maymester is a shortened calendar where students may pick up one class. It's a shortened period of about 3 weeks. And it really was in response to some requests from especially the performing arts schools. A lot of the contracts for entertainers start June 1, so we wanted to try and find a way to kind of maximize the kind of credit that students could get while also trying to utilize OCU facilities in a way that is equitable in terms of outlays.
Oh, that sounds great. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of classes are being offered in this?
Most of the classes that are going to be offered probably will be gen eds. There are a lot of courses that don't lend themselves to the kind of fast schedule that you'd have in a 3-week course. I know that there will be some other courses that I'm not completely familiar with that might be upper division courses, but most will be general ed courses.
And there's a special pricing scheme for this, is that right?
Yes, it's $350 a credit hour. My understanding is that includes fees. I don't believe there are any fees except if there are lab fees associated. For instance, if you have a science class, there might be a lab fee that's associated with that.
So what led to the creation of this new idea?
Several years of frustration. Well, being honest, I mean, OCU has looked at a way to maximize use of its facilities for summer school. And summer school, I mean, let's face it, we're not as competitive with other schools in terms of summer scheduling and the cost. So what we were trying to do is come up with a way that would be helpful to our students and helpful to us at the same time.
All right, and this follows pretty closely on the heels of the announcement that there will be no tuition raises for this upcoming year. Do you know of any other plans in the works that will benefit students in the same way?
I don't specifically, but I know within Dean's Council and in other conversations that we've had, we're very aware of the costs that students pay, and while we think we try and certainly deliver a very good product, we understand that a lot of people are making a lot of sacrifices to come to OCU, and we want to honor that.
And that's great. And when we talk about the classes being offered and that they're all gen ed, they're taking course over 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. How often are students going to need to be in class during that time?
That really depends in terms of how many hours. So for instance, if you have a lab course that will entail more hours, there's a certain specified hour arrangement that we have to make that goes along with our accrediting agency. For a 3-hour course, I want to say it's 2 hours and something, give or take, maybe it's 1 hour and 50 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it also depends whether you're taking it 3 days a week or 4 days a week. There are also some classes that may only be a couple days a week. So there's a fair variety given the time schedule.
And do you know, this will be officially a summer course, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
It will still be part of the same financial aid period that normal summer?
I believe so. Now, I don't want to be quoted exactly on that.
Right. All right. One more question for you before we go to a break. When you have such a new offering as this, you can have either a huge response and have overfilled classrooms, or a lesser response and focus on one-on-one teaching. What is your estimated response? Do you think that you'll get a huge response to this new offering?
I actually think we'll get somewhere in the middle. I think that we'll get a decent response. One of the other things too that from the other end is instructors get a little extra bump in pay too. So there's incentives all the way around to try and make this work.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll be right back after this short break. Thank you very much for watching.
No, 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 no!
Just what do you think you are doing, Dave? I really think I'm entitled to an answer to that question. I can see you are really upset about this. I know I've made some very poor decisions recently, but I can give you my complete assurance that my work will be back to normal. Dave, stop, will you? Will you stop, Dave?
My name is Eric.
Welcome back, OCU. We're here with Richard Johnson, who's talking to us about Maymester. So, Dr. Johnson, one last question for you. When would you suggest that students start signing up for these classes, be looking out for them, and is there anything else you can tell us about Maymester?
Honestly, this is happening so fast. It's almost organic. A good idea sometimes takes root, and it just happens. I think that people just need to be watching for signs, and we should be able to probably register people about the same time we would do normal registration.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Absolutely.
And have a great week. We'll be seeing you next time with Sonia Barrett here on 15 Minutes Of.
You're watching OCU TV.